If you've been interested in investing in real estate and you can't get over the mental block of actually taking the first steps to make it happen, this video is for you. I totally understand that real estate investing seems like such a big risk and a big project to manage, especially when compared to something that you can do with the click of a button, like investing in stocks. But I have to tell you, it's totally worth it. So if you're interested in this video, we're going to talk about how to get over that psychologically so that you can make it happen for yourselves. Let's go. Hey guys, DM here and welcome back to Lifestyle Leaps, where I help you take big steps towards financial freedom and early retirement, and oftentimes through real estate investing. And I guess the part that gets people stuck is the starting part, right? Because once you've been able to do it and successfully get cash flow, you will get hooked. But the question is, how do you take the first steps to even get there? And for me, I have to say the first thing is education. I just listened to podcasts and books and learned, and the more knowledge I got, the more confident I became. But nothing compares to experience. So really taking the first step is the only way that you'll know if it works for you or not. Why didn't I choose to invest in the stock market instead? Well, because for me, I needed cash flow right now. And I also wanted to build wealth long term. Real estate facilitates both of those things because it's giving me rental income cash flow today, and it's building equity in value of the home over time. So I can't stand the idea of putting money in a retirement account and not seeing that until I'm in my 60s. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad idea. I actually think it's a fantastic idea to save for retirement in those vehicles or just investing in the stock market. But I didn't have any extra money to play around like that. I put every dime that I had into real estate investing, and so far it's really paid off. Real estate just makes sense for me in so many ways because you are getting cash flow off the rental income. The rents that your guests and tenants are paying is actually paying down the principal of your loan. You are building equity over time, as real estate has always historically increased in value. Then you have depreciation of the home that you can write off in your taxes, as well as the other expenses like interest or repairs or any money that you use to furnish the home. Then as a business owner, you're able to do tax write-offs on various expenses that you may have to spend on anyways, like dining out or gas to go to these properties. The benefits go on and on and on. It is literally insane. So the various ways that real estate makes money and is a tax shelter for you, in my opinion, far outweighs the benefits of investing in stocks, whether it be through a retirement vehicle or just directly into the market. That's why I'm so excited about real estate. So once you've read all these books, listened to all these podcasts, watched all my videos, it's really time to take a step. And I think, in my opinion, the safest and most comfortable way that I took that leap was to buy an owner-occupied home. So I purchased my first home that I'm going to live in anyway, with a mortgage that I could afford anyway. And worst case scenario, I could always have one or two roommates to help me pay for that. So to me, the risk and barrier to entry is so low. Especially the first property I bought was actually with an FHA loan, which only required 3.5% down. And in fact, I purchased that home 2 years after I filed for bankruptcy, and my credit was probably under 700 at that time. So this was in 2016, I believe. So I bought it 3.5% down, which the house I think was $300 and something thousand. It was like $12,000 down payment. Then I owner occupied that. I was able to get a loan with, 600 and something credit score under the FHA loan, and was able to purchase it 2 years after a bankruptcy. So, I mean, that is such a low barrier to entry, especially when you owner occupy. Then I got a roommate to live in the home with me and shared the rent, and the home came with a granny unit in the back where I rented out furnished for a higher cash flow, and essentially I lived there completely free. Then I was able to save money. That one step completely changed the course of my life and how I invested and how I viewed making money. Making money then seemed to be so easy, and all I needed to do was just to repeat that step again, which is exactly what I did. But this time I decided I didn't want an FHA loan, even though I could still get one. I'm going for now a conventional loan with 5% down because I knew that down the road I could remove mortgage insurance that way. So I saved up another 5% down to buy my next home. The next home was worth, at the time, $535,000. 5% down was under $30,000, I believe. Again, a very small amount when you think about how I wasn't paying a mortgage at my last place and was able to essentially double my savings every month, right? So now I'm going in 5% down on another owner-occupied home, which you can do within 1 year of purchasing that other home, but it did take me a little longer. That home I purchased in 2018 with the 5% down. I moved into it, I sectioned off an area and had a renter, an Airbnb, and then I also had a roommate there as well, which is actually my now husband. Back then he was my boyfriend. And then I took money and I converted the garage to be a junior accessory dwelling unit, and again duplicated the same scenario. You could invest in an apartment building on your first try. You could invest in just a single family home that's an investment only property on your first go around. But to me, it felt so safe to do an owner occupied property. So if you have things that are holding you back, let that be your first investment option, is to do an owner occupied so that you can feel safe